Good morning. We got a small crowd here this morning, so it'll work good. We're kind of trying to do this otter here, kind of give you some ideas on how to handle your otter. I should say my name. My name is Dorn Miller. I'm president of the Missouri Trapper Association. And fortunately, we've had a season now for about 6-7 years, so we've got some ideas that maybe help you on training on how to do some of the things with your otter. Part of this segment needs to be about how to take care of your otter out of the trap, and I think this is real important because otter especially are one of the products that you can devaluate a lot by the way you handle it out of the trap before you ever get it home. Today we're sitting here in full sunshine and quite a bit of wind, which I'd really like for you to avoid, because one of the things that happens is they singe really bad. And you can see this otter here, he's singed up around the neck already. So it's been the way I've taken care of it. I've already singed this otter. Take him out of your trap when you get him in a trap, and generally carry a paper bag with you. Slide him in that paper bag, put him in the back of the truck, keep him out of the full sun and out of the wind. That's what you need to do to keep from singeing your otter. That'll help as much as anything. When you get him at home, don't stand him up in front of a window fan and blow a warm air on him all the time. That'll singe him. So if you want to create a perfect pelt so much, don't get them in the wind and the sun. Everything's better in the dark. Everything's better out of the wind. Extreme temperatures, hot and cold, have a tendency to singe otter. Late season otter are real prone to having singe on them. For example, if a guy were to have a real good otter there in the first part of December and he doesn't take care of it and it singes, that otter was worth $60, $75. Now he's worth $20 to $30 because of the singe. So it's one of the products that you can really, really devaluate by the way you handle it between the trap and your fur shed. Okay? As we go along here, I'm going to let some of these guys ask questions if they want to, because I think it's real important that the guys ask questions. It'll help me on something I maybe forgot to say or would need to say. So anytime you guys got any questions, just...
What exactly is singe?
What is a singe? River otter have about 3,000 hairs per square inch of leather on their hide. And what singe is just exactly what it sounds like. If you've had your arm hair close to a fire or something and it kind of wrinkled over the end of the hairs on your arms, basically the same thing with otter. When that light and when the wind and when the cold hits it, it'll actually kink the top of that hair just a little bit. And there's so many hairs on an otter, it's hard to see that with a naked eye. You almost have to look at it. With a naked eye, it looks like it gives it a brown tinge to the otter or something like that. So
Point out where it is on that.
it's going to be real hard to see here on camera, but this one right here, I see a spot right here. Usually on the back, sometimes on the belly, depends. Late season otter, when you're in real cold temperatures, will singe on the belly because they've been running on the snow and the ice quite a bit. So that's where they'll singe late season otter. But this one's got a little bit right up here on his neck, and it could be the way I had him stored in my freezer at home. This otter apparently is from last year, so he's been in the freezer way too long, way too long. Good question, thank you. Let's go ahead and maybe talk a little bit about what to do with this otter. This one's kind of got a little bit of a bloody nose, but this is a regular CITES tag that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service requires on otters for transportation out of the state or out of the different countries. The endangered species have to have this tag in it before it can leave your state. Now, I understand some of the rules and regulations are different between states and states, but the CITES tags will have to be there to be able to sell this product, whether it's locally to your fur buyer or internationally and even overseas. The tags are all numbered and recorded, and so you can keep track, so that DNR and departments in U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service can keep track of numbers and amounts. There might be another question there that I'm forgetting something there. I want to tag otter. Definitely on otter, they need to be tagged. Another species in Missouri that we have is bobcats. They have to be tagged as well because they're related to the lynx cat. Where do you get the tags? In Missouri, we work through our Department of Conservation, and they tag all of our otter for us. We have to take it to an agent or a place that tag the otter that's from the department. Now, I understand in Illinois when the CITES tags come available, it might be worked a little different here in Illinois. But talk to your DNR people, they will know when, where, and how to be able to get your CITES tags when they become available. We have seen a lot of problems in Missouri with otter and bobcat being tagged wrong. And the perfect place is like this otter's tagged here, is up through the inside of the lip and out the eye. And the reason that is because you could utilize that pelt in any way. If you come in here and tag it in the foot, a fur buyer is going to have trouble because the feet are not part of the pelt. If you take it to a taxidermist or something and you've got it tagged back here in the tail or something, this is part of the animal that he wants to, so you've got a hole here in the tail that he has to sew up. So the perfect spot is to tag it through the upper lip and out the eye in one hole. Good question. I'm glad you asked that question because that's real important. We have had bobcats tagged through the side and the tail and the foot and everything else. So it's real important that the tagging procedure is done properly, and hopefully there's some training through the DNR when it becomes available that you won't have some of the problems we had in Missouri. If we go to tagging it yourself as a trapper, a sharp knife, and very cautiously come up here and work in the upper part of the lip above the gum and come out through the eye. And if, depending upon how the tagging procedure is going to work in the state of Illinois, you might be able to, what we do in Missouri is put a stick through there, a sucker stick, a clothespin, something wooden, pencil, and then we can pull that out and we can tag all of our otter at one time before we sell them. So depending upon how your state regulations do it, that's an idea that might help you.